in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on last year's national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Well, that's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. Why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. So Virginia Tech's offense will get the first possession of the game. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The play fake, now to throw. Oh, he's going to go up top. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game.
And man, that was a nice job by the tight end, finding the soft spot in the defense in the end zone on that TD.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Buckeyes offense will have its first possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game. And he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those quarterbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick six. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. That's caught. It's Johns. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48. The Buckeyes come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Got the quick pass. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. The Buckeyes can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. Grab near the marker. It's John. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Buckeyes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Hokies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Shoots it to the left. Got a man. It's Rasmussen. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Plucks it out of the air. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And the Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
And a great job on the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. They'll try the run. Brought down at the 33-yard line as his defense gets a third down stop. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. These two teams feeling each other out a bit, down 10-3 as they open this drive. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's set. All kinds of room to the right. Inside and he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Gonna run it. It's Rasmussen. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's caught inside the 30. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies!
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. There he goes. Past the 50. Inside the 30. He's at the and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
The give from the gun. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. And the Hokies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Dropping back, it's Mendez. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. At the 40, there he goes. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Hokies getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense is still in identity mode.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Those are those opportunities in the game. You got a chance to take points off the board, make a big play, and you just couldn't squeeze the interception. That's one of those plays coaches come back to, talk about, say, think if we get this pick and we start taking this the other direction and we take points off the scoreboard.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. First play of the drive, wants to throw. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Into the secondary on the right. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this This offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see some of the offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Hokies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to fire. And the defense gets loose, bringing the Heat, and down he goes again.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
The Hokies will punt this one away.
You gotta love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. They may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on teams. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays.
And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. We're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. He will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Kentucky has the lead right now. Feels like it's been this way since the players took the pregame catwalk. But this has been a very close game. They're up by a field goal over Wake Forest. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Rasmussen. Turning it on. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Rasmussen. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
Really nice looking pass there. I'll tell you, they ask you to do a lot at Virginia Tech when you're the quarterback. You're expected to make plays with your feet because of some of the greats that have come before you, but you've also got to be able to hurt defenses throwing it as well. The entire playbook is open and at your disposal in this game.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Tight end finds a soft spot. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the 2nd quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And the Hokies will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's set. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields. Might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground. You're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Hokies line up to punt it away. Wants to bring it back. He gets a block. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Quickly complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before half. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. The throw. Makes the grab.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Let's see what he can do with it. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Just couldn't quite stay in bounds while making that grab. It's incomplete. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield very late in the half. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Complete downfield. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's John. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll line this one up from 53 yards out and try to bang it through. Right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
And the Hokies will kick it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll open the second half with a run. Got the first down and more. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. The Buckeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Quickly complete.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll leave it with him. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44. And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's good enough for a first down.
To the air on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Hokies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Quickly to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down. And the Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 5th kick of the night. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They're going to ride this running back. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute, you got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalant.
Oh, he's got some space.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Buckeyes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal.
Base 27 jump. Base 27 jump.
The give to the back. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Trying to keep this drive alive. Guys, this one's going to go down as a nice win against a ranked opponent. We didn't get the upset that many had thought we might.
No, they proved to the entire country watching this game that they are indeed the superior team. Offensively, defensively, running, throwing, whatever it is they wanted to get accomplished today in all three phases, David, they were better.
Yeah, and listen, at this point, I don't really care about the beauty contest. Like, your goal is to survive and advance. You played a really, really good opponent. You took care of business and continue to stay above them in the rankings, which is the only thing that matters at this point in the season.
The Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and if you go big, I'm going big. I'm going to bring in extra defensive linemen. I'm going to bring in my big physical linebackers. I'm expecting run. This is what they've done. This is what you do on this part of the field, so I'm going to play aggressive on defense.
Got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And after this play, the cake will be baked. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Dropping back, it's Mendez. Oh, they're after him! Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that pass will be incomplete, and time has run out on this game. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.